So let's talk about my namesake, Max Sterling. Where did that name come from? Well, it came from this little cartoon called Robotech. Robotech was actually 3 cartoons put into one huge cartoon that ran for about 3 seasons. The one that always fascinated me the most is the Macross saga. It followed the adventures of a young pilot by the name of Rick Hunter, and it spans about 36 episodes.
Excuse me, can you give me some fire?
Yeah, sure. No problem. Here you are.
Thanks. Careful now. You Micronians live well.
It was not really targeted for children. I mean, this had people getting drunk.
Let us drink to our success. There you are, my dear.
She's amazing, my lord.
I believe I'll have another and fill it up, all right?
My dear Azonia, I believe you could outdrink all of us.
And I'm just starting.
People getting killed. Sexual situations. A lot of adult themes going on, and it was a really cool cartoon. And I haven't seen a cartoon like this in America ever since Robotech came out. And I'm pretty sure there are plenty of those in Japan, but in the US, they never, ever got close to doing things like that.
Why, him?
What's that?
Why did this boy Hunter get promoted up to the rank of group leader?
I guess he got the promotion when he swooped down and rescued a damsel in distress back on Mars.
Oh, I'm responsible for promoting this incompetent... Oh, brother.
Rick Hunter makes lieutenant after saving Lisa Hayes from a deserted Mars base. Because of his promotion, he is given 2 subordinates. One of them is Corporal Ben Dixon, and the other one is Corporal Maximilian Sterling.
Glad we're gonna be on the same team. I'm Corporal Max Sterling, sir. You call me Max. I'm very inexperienced and might be needing a lot of help.
Even though he's a rookie pilot, he obviously graduated top of his class. He had invented some new maneuvers to use out in the field. He's a genius pilot, and actually in Japan he's known as Max Genius, I believe.
I imagine it's possible they might even promote me. Some jump. Corporal to General after one battle.
Why did I take up that namesake as a stage name? You know, why, if anything, my name's Rick, so why be Max Sterling and not Rick Hunter, Well, it's simple. Throughout my life, I've always been referred to as Max for some weird reason. It all started way back when I was, I was a kid, being a little kid wearing glasses all the time, and me and my friends would play Robotech during recess at school, and they'd always say I'm Max. I said, well, my name's Rick, and he's like, no, you got glasses, you're Max. So I'd always play as Max, and as I got older, for some weird reason, people would refer to me as Max and not Rick. It's like, I don't know, just kind of weird. And as I got older, I wanted to get into hip hop, and I had a knack for writing lyrics or for actually having a good delivery. And people always said I was talented, but I didn't have a name, so I kept thinking back to all those times I was referred to as Max, and I was like, you know what? No one's used this rap name yet, so I'm just gonna go with Max Sterling. And, well, the rest is history.
We are under attack by alien invaders in Sector 412. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. All forces proceed in battle formation.
Well, boys, you heard her. This is the real thing. Destroy all targets. We've got to cut them off before they reach Macross City. I'm on my way, Roy.
As far as video games are concerned, Max Sterling isn't really in too many of them. In fact, I've only been able to see him in 2 video games. One was an arcade based on Super Dimensional Fortress Macross. You play as either Max or you play as Miria. It's a 2-player top-down shooter, kind of like the Raiden games or the 1942, 44 games, shooters like that. It's a shmup. It's an awesome shmup because you can choose 3 modes, and each mode had different styles of different weapons, pretty much. And it was really, really cool, fun game to play. Very hard though, but still very fun. The next time I've seen Max in an actual Robotech game, brought over to the US was Robotech: The Macross Saga for the Game Boy Advance. And you can play as either, I believe it's Roy, Rick, Max, and Miria. And Max is actually, I think, one of the worst characters. He's all speed, but absolutely no power. And it's like Rick is pretty much like the best character. Rick or Miria, I end up using the most, which is kind of funny. But, it's just, it's just the way the game was designed,
Allow me to present Lieutenant Maximilian Sterling, an officer with the Earth Forces, and my mate.
Now, just because Max isn't in the Robotech games that we know of doesn't mean that those games are bad. It's just you feel like there's a void now. There's something or someone is missing. Take, for instance, Robotech Battle Cry. This is an awesome, awesome game that follows the Macross storyline through the eyes of a new character by the name of Jack Archer. The next Robotech game to come out after Battle Cry was Robotech Invasion. This game is overlooked. I think it's because it's not based on the Macross saga. It's based on the 3rd and final season of Robotech, the new generation, I believe it's what it's called. You play as one of the Cyclones, pretty much, which are the motorcycles that can turn into like body armor for the driver. It's a first-person shooter. It's a little bit boring. It's there's just not a whole lot of action involved. Like the first level where you fight Invid shock troopers was a really cool concept. It was a really cool level, lots of action in it. But as soon as that level is done and you have to go exploring around different levels, it gets pretty boring.
Up you go. Now hold on a minute, Ben. All right.
What's the idea?
We'll just put you in this pocket by yourself, so you don't interrupt the lovebirds, huh?
Okay, so Robotech. What are my favorite episodes? Okay, I actually think this is a show that you need to watch from beginning to end. You need to start from the very beginning, from Booby Trap all the way to the stars, which is all 36 episodes. You need to just watch them all. But for all those who have absolutely no attention span, I'll provide you with a couple episodes that you could really just it has like the best animation, or some that have just the best story that'll kind of catch you up to speed. One would be definitely Booby Trap, because it's an introduction to the entire saga. It tells you how they got the SDF-1, what was going on during the year of 1999. Hey, it's an 80s cartoon, all right?
I had a late dinner with Commander Fokker.
Claudia, you stayed out all night knowing you both had flight duty today.
So, what's the big fuss about, Lisa? We won't let it affect the performance of our duty. After all, we're not children, and you're not our mother.
Your responsibilities to the ship come first, Claudia.
But my private life is my business, nobody else's. Now then, let's get to work, all right?
Another really good episode would be Force of Arms. I think this one is probably the best animated of the entire entire Macross saga. It has some of the best editing. It has the animation is the most fluid. You can really tell with the space battles and with Lyndon May singing. There's actually like some comic book style black and white thing that kind of reminds me of the Aha video "Take Me On" or "Take On Me," whatever it's called. Another really good episode would be the wedding, pretty much. Wedding Bells is the name of the episode. You see the wedding between Max and Miria, and them talking about peace. It's a huge turning point in the whole galactic battle between the Zentradi and the crew of the SDF-1. So that was a really pivotal scene to watch.
It does have its attraction. It's an emotional factor against which we Zentradi have no defense. So this love could be used as a powerful weapon against us.
It appears that this love business is a very powerful thing.
Another one, I want to say the 2 episodes at the very end, which would be Season's Greetings and To the Stars. It pretty much ties everything up, but there's a really cool scene in Season's Greetings where Lisa is going over to Rick's and she wants to confess her love to him, and she sees Min-Mei there, and she just gets really depressed. She feels like there's nothing left for her to pretty much live for. There's a scene though that really grabs me. She's in a bar, she's drunk off her ass.
What's she doing here?
This is my big day.
Lisa.
She's singing, I think it's called Stage Fright or Stage Light, or I don't know. It's Min-Mei's song that keeps playing over and over and over and over. It's by the time you get to this episode, you just want to find the bitch and strangle her, because Min-Mei's kind of she's cute, but she's really fucking annoying.
Please turn it off!
And To the Stars pretty much ties up everything. What happens to the SDF-1, what happens to Lisa and Rick, what happens to Min-Mei, what happens to Chiron. Everything just kind of ties it all together. One huge battle. I'm not gonna tell you how it ends, but it has some tragic endings. A lot of characters end up getting killed off like that. You don't really see the fate of some of the other characters until like the next season, but it really it ties everything together perfectly.
Rick Hunter, is that you?
Lisa, I must be hearing things.
No, you aren't. I'm aboard the SDF-1, Rick. We are preparing to fire the main gun, so I strongly suggest you get out of there.
You don't have to tell me twice.
There's Rick. Let's fly cover for him, Max.
Roger.
The creator of the show, or the guy who brought the show back, Carl Masek was his name. That was like the last project that he did. He was trying to get Robotech back for many years. Unfortunately, this guy passed away, so I'm not sure who's taking up the reins of Robotech these days, but I would really love to see either a remake of the Macross saga, or perhaps a film, a full-on feature film, or even better yet, a Netflix series. Because there's so much going on in the Macross saga that one movie would not be able to do it, unless they were to copy Super Dimensional Fortress Macross, the movie, which it's an okay film, but it's not the greatest. It's kind of like the movie MASH, where MASH was better told in an episodic weekly series instead of just one full-length feature.
It is love that is the basis of protoculture. You cannot conquer love. Observe the power of protoculture, the power of love.
All right, so sign-off time. You guys have a favorite Robotech episode, or favorite Robotech toy, or a comic book, or some type of feature that I'm not aware of? Go ahead and leave a comment below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscriber button if you guys want to see some more content. I want to thank all the new subscribers. I stopped making videos for like about 5 to 6 months, and I was still getting subscribers. And I just want to thank you guys for having faith in me to bring out new videos and for staying tuned. So stay tuned for some more videos on the way. They'll be coming shortly. Till next time, peace out.
Oh.